Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today we're going to be looking at the definition of the operating income or operating profit. As we do in each one of these fundamental analysis tutorial videos, I will give you the actual definition and then we'll look at some examples and give you a little more insight into it. Operating income is a measure of a firm's profit that excludes interest and income tax expenses. It is the difference between operating revenues and operating expenses. Although operating income doesn't exactly represent a company's bottom line, it does come pretty close. Operating income is an important figure as it is used to calculate a company's operating margin, which determines operating efficiency. And as such, operating margin is a more accurate representation of a company's profitability than is the gross profit margin. We've already got a video out there on gross profit margin, and I will make another one on the operating margin. For now, I just want to let you know that the operating income is the number that is used for determining that figure. Okay, I'm on the Yahoo Finance page here looking at Caterpillar and looking at the income statement. That's where I'm going to find the operating income. And what we're doing here, and we're looking at these figures, you're going to, like I said, find out in the income statement. And like I said, I'm on Yahoo Finance, but you can find this information anywhere in the company's annual reports, on Google Finance, Yahoo Finance, MSN, or on your discount broker. They'll have this information as well. They'll have the income statement for each company you may be interested in looking at. The thing I want to point out here, let me scroll on down here. All right. Get out the tools right quick. Okay, the operating income is right here, and you're going to see this on every single income statement that you look at. And basically, what it had, all it's doing is taking the total revenue here, and then it's subtracting the cost of revenue and the operating expenses, all of them, and then it gives you the operating income or a loss. With this figure, you can look at previous data from the same company and say, okay, well, the previous year we're looking at 3.9, now we're looking at 7.1. That means that either they've seriously reduced their operating expenses or their cost of revenue, or they have gone out there and increased their revenue, basically expanded their business. And either one of those will work to increase those numbers there. But you'd like to see them go out and increase their revenue, of course. One last item to note regarding the operating income is this is before interest and taxes. It's not calculated into it yet. It's further down on the balance sheet. However, it is not the exact same as earning before interest and taxes. When people talk about EBIT, they're talking about, let me get the tool again, they're talking about earnings before interest and taxes, EBIT. However, this is not the same as operating income because operating income doesn't take into account the other income expenses, okay, or income. Basically, this is the difference between operating income or EBIT. So whenever you hear people talking about them interchangeably, they're actually not accurate there. They're a little bit off. And you'll notice that the difference here is not massive because this income or loss here is not typically very large. It's outside the core business structure. So there is slight variation between these two numbers and between the definition of these two, the operating income and EBIT. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.